The next morning, she was feeling much better and felt those fresh scars healing already. That warmed her heart realizing Jungkook put her in his bed. She remembered this room, how many memories it brought her. One of those hit her when she looked at the picture frame of her and Jungkook alone. It was one of those beautiful evenings when the two of them were together. She insisted Jungkook on taking her out for ice cream and oh, who was he to reject those puppy eyes? He got her one, yet he was definitely not giving up this quickly. Later on, the two were laughing and running around the park over an ice cream, with her following him. Later on, the two clicked a lot of pictures, and in the most of them, Jungkook stole kisses from her. Such a hopeless romantic he was. A chuckle escaped her lips, remembering those beautiful memories. However, it turned into a heartache as soon as she realized it was not the reality anymore. It felt like a dream, a beautiful dream which ended before it should have. Holding on to her tears, she stepped out of the room and found Jungkook sleeping on the floor, head resting against the couch. She knelt down beside him, removing bangs off his forehead. How long has it been since she stared at him up this close? Those soft features, that scar on his right cheek, and moles on his nose, and under his lip. When Jungkook, he woke up at the first call, taking a moment to sit up straight due to staying whole night in the same position. It numbed his muscles, and as much as he tried to hide it, yet she could tell, and it ached her heart, causing him pain once again. Wine. I'm sorry. No, that's fine. Would you eat anything? He avoided making eye contact with her, but stopped when she held onto his arm, left with no other choice. His heart started beating against his chest rapidly, feeling her so close to him. It took a lot, keeping his hands to himself, not able to touch or hold her. Even when so close to him, she was still not his. Jungkook, tell me, what happened to you? In 4 months, did it? He closed his eyes, letting out an exhale, not able to finish his words. Wine. I told you, Dad sent me to live with my fiance. He was okay at the start, but then in a few days he found out that I had a boyfriend before, and since then he started getting more and more toxic. Wine. That was the first time he hit me when I confronted him, saying you had relationships too. And after that, it was like he would hit me on every little thing and never let me escape home or even call someone. I don't know how I escaped. Wine. I couldn't think about anyone except for you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Even after causing you a lot of pain, I came back here so shamelessly. A sob escaped her lips and he took her in his arms instantly, holding her close to him. He still remembered that day when he stayed overnight in her home, and the next morning they were called by her father. He forced her into this engagement. Once she gave up, he didn't once look back, nor had the courage to do so. He feels like shit for doing this. Maybe he could have saved her from the hell she went through. Jungkook, we are going to police. It will be all fine. Jungkook, let me help you. He helped her up and made her sit on dining table. Wiping her tears, he reflected that beautiful smile of his towards her and went to prepare breakfast for both of them. Jungkook, oh, by the way, you remember I told you this? I have finally started helping dad in business. It is not as bad as I used to think. Smile appeared on her lips, realizing how he was trying to lift up her mood. Wine, told you, you were winning about nothing. I thought I was convincing a 4-year-old to go to school. Jungkook, hey, excuse me? Don't compare me with a kid now. I didn't win that much. Wine, oh, no, no. Trust me, you did. Jungkook, look, acting like a 5-year-old is you, winning about ice cream and plushes. Wine, hey, why my ice cream is coming in between? That's so rude, okay? He laughed, feeling her getting comfortable once again. A look at her, and he felt himself melting in those eyes staring directly at him. She had her face resting on the palm of her hand. She looked like the most beautiful person in his eyes, even when she was filled in scars. Oh, you are making me fall for you all over again. Wine, how did you learn cooking? Jungkook, that's a very painful question. You know what? I had no choice but to have dad in business. Because the amount of food I burned, I definitely needed a living. She laughed and he set the table, serving her and himself with the breakfast, taking a seat opposite to her. Wine, come on, you're exaggerating it. You were good at basics before too. Jungkook, now I am perfect. Have a taste. He said proudly, pretty confident of his cooking, and was satisfied when he received a positive reaction. He knew if it was the old wine, she would have teased him. How bad the food is, even when it was not. He was going to make her his again. He was going to make sure of that. Later in the afternoon, Jungkook himself took her to police and was ready to call his father if needed, yet they didn't face the need for it. He kept holding her hand, feeling her shivering and obviously scared of the horrific place. He made sure she knew that she got him, and he was never going to step back again. Once they were done, he took her for an ice cream and they both stayed in his car. Instead of having it in park like they always did, she was still scared. What if her fiancé comes and take her away? 4 months of torture did leave her in a trauma, and it took her a long time to overcome it. After 4 months, her loud laughs filled the home, following by screams of joy and happiness. She tried to push him away, however, he was definitely stronger. Wine. Okay, okay, I can't breathe, oh god. He finally stopped tickling her, leaving her to pant heavily, catching her breath. He was hovering above her and snuggled his face in the crook of her neck. It was morning, and she woke up to go to university, and here he was not ready to let her go. She started coming back to life again. She even resumed her studies when he insisted on it and assured her that no one was ever going to hurt her again. Her fiancé was put behind the bars as deserved, and she never once looked back at her father, nor Jungkook let her. Someone who was never going to worry about his daughter even once. Wine. Come back early tonight. Let's go on night drive. He pecked her lips, getting off her, and helped her up along. Jungkook. As my baby wants. Wine, don't be this lovely always. There's a limit to how much someone can love another, and I have already crossed that limit. His fingers gently grazed against her cheek, caressing it while looking at her with love filled eyes. Jungkook, I crossed it a long ago. Pulling her close to him, he kissed her, which she returned the next moment. Her heart skipped a beat at his words, holding his shirt tightly in her fists. It was like that beautiful dream once again. They both were going to turn in reality.